champ?
So I wanted to go back to a video that I did a few weeks back when Rockstar announced the GTA Trilogy Remaster. I'm not gonna go into it, you can check it out for yourself if you haven't already. The main point was that I encouraged people not to support it when it came out for a couple of reasons. And that video got quite a few dislikes. Now, getting dislikes is fine. It's a form of feedback, and I completely understand if the reason people disliked it was because of the overall quality of the video. I'm still pretty new at making content. My channel has been around for a while with mostly just silly video game clips, you know, funny stuff that I found as I play some games, but I've actually only started making actual videos now. I've been trying to improve as I go along. I even got a new microphone just so that I could hopefully sound clearer when making these videos, but I understand that as of now, it's all pretty bland, pretty dry, pretty low quality. So if those were the reasons for the dislikes, I totally understand it. But if the reason for the dislikes were in disagreement with me and my points, because people want to defend Rockstar, they want to defend mediocrity, then I think we all need to take a step back right now and just put the entire situation into perspective. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's take a step back. Let's put everything on top of the table right now. Here's the deal with this remastered trilogy. This was mainly made for the nostalgia value that these games have, which is perfectly fine. Everyone loves looking back to older games for things that they did, you know, original shit that people just don't do anymore when making games nowadays, as well as just going back, reliving beautiful memories from our childhoods or when life was basically simpler. So as a product that is directly driven by nostalgia, it was mainly targeting the fans. At least that's what makes sense to me, right? It's a bit of a special release. I don't see this trilogy remaster as just another remaster among the many that we see on a yearly basis. I see this as something a little bit more special, a special release, as these are truly old and beloved games that are part of a lot of people's memories growing up. Wouldn't it stand to reason then that Rockstar should do their utmost to make sure that this would release looking and playing in the absolute best and most polished state possible? Because that's related to a point that Rockstar's defenders are touching on right now, which is that this isn't actually Rockstar's fault, since the remasters were developed by Grove Street Games. And here's the problem with that point. This is still Rockstar's project. This is still their name on the box. They've got the first and final say, you know, in how this comes out. This isn't some bizarre situation like Life is Strange Remaster or Remake or whatever the fuck Square Enix is calling that thing, where it has nothing to do with its original developers and is instead being handed off to someone else to quickly refurbish it before attempting to oversell it and make some money on nostalgia value. If you can even call it nostalgia value in that situation, because the original game is from 2015. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. This isn't that situation. This is Rockstar. This is a Rockstar product through and through. In defense of Grove Street Games, it's also worth noting that this remaster isn't all bad. There's a lot of detail in the world that is looking good. Some objects look pretty nice and sharp, the draw distance is great, several textures look crisp and very clean, there are some pretty decent reflections as well, etc. The point is, this isn't completely fucked up, it doesn't all come without its other issues here and there, but they are passable issues. They are nothing as harrowingly immersion breaking as what's going on with the character models, as well as other things that players are finding out the more they play these games. But that's the difference between big issues and small issues. There are things that people could tolerate, and then there are things that are completely intolerable. So, in conclusion, if Rockstar actually cared, like they used to care years ago, for example when they made Bully Scholarship Edition, or when they had it made if it wasn't their studio doing it, you know, that was a very good remaster. It had great visual upgrades over the original game, plus it came with the addition of new content in the form of new classes, new missions, new clothes, and some other things along those lines. Which, by the way, was made without making the fucking characters look like white clay. They could have provided the same treatment with this trilogy. So maybe the main issue here isn't an issue with Grove Street Games fucking up in the development of this remaster. I'm sure that's part of it, but the main issue here, maybe, is actually with Rockstar not caring enough about the overall quality of this release. They could have easily kept this baking in the oven for a while longer, so that when it did release, it would come out looking and playing as best as possible for the nostalgic fans, and for the company itself as a 20-year celebration of the success and impact that these games had in the industry. And as a bonus, here's an extra idea that they could have actually fucking thought about themselves. Instead of being out here hunting down modders, actively working to take down all of their content, some of which outpaced this very remaster, they could have instead worked with the best of them, providing the support, the time, and the resources needed to make this definitive trilogy. And that would give everyone a reason to be happy. The average Rockstar fanboy could be happy because they're putting out something new, and everyone else could have the happiness of revisiting these old gems without the baggage of knowing that this once beloved company becomes less and less beloved as the years go by, as they slowly but surely change into the type of company that they themselves used to parody in their games. As it stands, the situation is so fucked up that even if the modders could fix this fucking product, which I'm sure they could, they have absolutely no reason to do so. They have absolutely no incentive to do so, because in the back of everything, Rockstar is hunting modders down for a while now, sending legal threats and shit so that they take down all of their user-created content. So even if they could fix it, why the fuck would they fix it? Why would they try and fix the game of a completely ungrateful company? But anyway, that's about it for me today. Thanks for watching, consider subscribing if you liked the video. I've got some more stuff planned out, some of it is small, some of it is bigger, but yeah, that's about it for me today. Have a good week.